Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Angela and I find my paradise through reading. So welcome. Today I am going to do another book haul. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I have been getting books. These are pretty much, I think, the books that I acquired during the month of August. And yeah, I just want to get them onto my shelves and put away and organize. So when I do acquire books throughout the month, until I do a book haul video, I kind of like either have them stacked on my table or I pile them in a bag. So I know what I got that month and I have it all together until I put it away. But I want to get these books put away. It is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day, everyone. And I'm just chilling at home, reading and sewing, and I'm gonna go to my garden and I'm gonna be picking peppers and just kind of hanging out at home. But part of the things that I want to get done today is this book haul video and getting these things put away. Okay, so let's start with, I went to the thrift store. I mean, you can't beat thrift store prices. I mean, all of these books were either $1.99 or $2.99. So I went through the thrift store a couple times during the month of August and I got a bunch of these books. I think only one I ordered used on Amazon. So I'll let you know which one that was. And yeah, that's it. So it goes straight to the one on top. This is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I don't think in my recent videos or the videos I've done in the past year, I've really done much with like the self-help, self-improvement, personal development books. But so here's a new thing, like I love self-help, personal development books. I haven't read that much of them in the last year, I don't think. But I do have a whole bunch of them in my shelves and I want to get back into reading at least one every month or every other month. And some of these I've read before or I had before and I have to get them again because I had a lot of books that got ruined. But anyways, this is Eat That Frog, 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time. This is a popular book. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of this one. We have Unpoverty, Rich Lessons from the Working Poor by Mark Lutz. Look at this. I've never heard of this. I saw this in the thrift store and I was like, this looks interesting. What does this say? Unpoverty shows how people in developing countries are undoing poverty by building thriving businesses. These inspiring stories give the world's poor their rightful dignity and showcase their determination to earn their way out of poverty. I can't read or talk. Poverty. I mean, this sounds like a wow. This really sounds like a wow. Okay, here we go. You Are What You Think by Dr. David Stoop, using positive self-talk to change your life. I am big on the positive mindset. You are what you think. You can manifest, you can just change your life just by your thoughts. So I thought this would be an interesting read. Woo. The Little Paris Bookshop. Look. I don't know what it's about, but Paris and bookshop, mais oui, bien sûr. So if you don't know me and you haven't, watched some of my videos, I absolutely love books about books, authors, bookshops, bookstores, libraries. I'm all for it. It's my favorite little niche. And so I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, must have. If you're looking to be charmed right out of your own life for a few hours, sit down with this wise and winsome novel. Oprah. Oh, okay. Monsieur Perdue is a literary apothecary. From his floating bookstore in a barge on the Seine, he prescribes novels for the hardships of life. Using his intuitive feel for the exact book a reader needs, Perdue mends broken hearts and souls. The only person he can't seem to heal is himself. He's still haunted by heartbreak after his great love disappeared. She left him with only a letter that he has never opened. After Perdue is finally tempted to read the letter, he hauls anchor and departs on a mission to the south of France, hoping to make peace with his loss and discover the end of the story. He dispenses his books and his wisdom along the way, showing that the literary world can take the human soul on a journey to heal itself. Oh, this sounds perfect. Oh, I'm excited for that one. Okay, now we have, who's that from? I didn't tell you who the author is. The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. Then we have Life of Pi by Yann Martel. Look, very shiny. So I read the movie, heard the book is excellent. So that's that. This is the one that I ordered. Henry David Thoreau, Natural History Essays. Now, Henry David Thoreau is like one of my favorite authors. My most favorite book of all time is Walden by Henry David Thoreau. And this fall, I wanted to read, I'm putting together like my fall cozy reads list. And I was like, maybe I'll reread Walden, but I don't know. I was like, I don't really want to do a reread. There's just so many good books out there and so little time. But I still wanted, a fall cozy book from Henry David Thoreau. And this is everything. Look how cute this is. And it's a collection of his essays. And I went straight to one about autumnal tints. And I haven't read it. I mean, I just read like a couple pages, but here is something I really have to share on this one. And this is how incredible he is with writing about nature and describing it. Oh my gosh. Like if you're not familiar with Henry David Thoreau, you love nature, you have to. Oh my God. Oh, this pulled me. So fall's my favorite season. Okay. Now here he says, October is the month for painted leaves. Their rich glow now flashes round the world. As fruits and leaves and the day itself acquire a bright tint just before they fall, so the year near its setting. October is its sunset sky, November the twilight. So as fruits and leaves and the day itself acquire a bright tint just before they fall, so the year near its setting. So he is basically saying that fall is the sunset of the year. I love you. Henry David Thoreau is gorgeous. And now I will just like absolutely never see fall the same again. I'm already like obsessed with fall, but to see it now as the sunset of the year, I'm obsessed. I love it so much. So that is definitely, I am reading that during this fall. But this got wild apples, huckleberries. There's something about for winter, a winter walk. Come on, the succession of forest trees, walking. I mean, you can't get more cozy than this. I don't know. Okay, here's a famous one. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is probably the #1 top-notch, must read, must have. Everyone needs to read and have and experience and apply this book to their lives. I had this before, and it's just been years and years and years. And I need to reread it. I really need to reread it. I've been looking for a used copy of it, and for $1.99, I found this at the thrift store, and I'm going to be reading it this coming year. If not this year, then this coming year for sure, because this was just, I remember it was so important and so impactful. If you're not into self-help books or self-improvement, self-development, I don't care. This is like, if you don't read any other self-improvement books, this is the one that you must read. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I had to step away for a minute, but I am back. Let's keep going here. All right, we have The Right to Write by Julia Cameron. an invitation and initiation into the writing life. National bestseller. We should write because it is human to write. Writing claims our world. It makes it directly and specifically our own. We should write because humans are spiritual beings, and writing is a powerful form of prayer and meditation, connecting us both to our insights and to a higher and deeper level of inner guidance. We should write because writing brings clarity and passion to the act of living. Writing is sensual, experiential, grounding. We should write because writing is good for the soul. We should write because writing yields us a body of work, a felt path through the world we live in. We should write, above all, because we are writers, whether we call ourselves that or not. I think this sounds fantastic. I love writing for myself. Maybe one day I will write for others, but at the moment, this looks like a good book. Okay, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I read this, oh my God. This had to be like 25 years ago already. So I am ready to reread this one. This is on my greatest books ever written list. And I feel like since it's been so long, I am gonna reread this, even though I already have it marked as read on the list. I remember really liking it. I forget a lot of details about it. So that is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Classic, fantastic. From Good to Great, Jim Collins, co-author of the best-selling Built to Last. Why Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't. This is a highly recommended book for self-improvement, if you're looking into like business, things like that. So figured it'd be a good one to read, even though I don't think I'm ever going towards the owning a business or corporation or anything like that. I don't know, but there's always something for everyone in these books, I find. This one's different. This is just, look how thick this is. This is Merriam-Webster's Compact 5-Language Visual Dictionary. It's got the words in English, Spanish, French, German, and Italian. So I got this because I am into Spanish and French right now. I'm thinking next year I'm gonna start with Italian. Too bad it doesn't have Korean in here as well, but look at how cool this is. Like, this is like broken down by category, and then it has a picture. And this is amazing because these are words that you really don't come across like in school and in your learning, maybe sometimes in novels, but like some things are just so technical that people don't really know what they're called, even in their own language. So it's great that it has it in English too, because some things, so it's got like clothing. Look, I mean, this is fantastic. And it has the words, the different kinds of birds, which I would, again, like I wouldn't know what some of these are in English, but it has it in English, Spanish, French, German, and Italian. So it's got like weather stuff, science, car parts, tools, buildings, musical instruments. This is just, what a cool treasure that I am going to be referencing again and again and again. Okay, we have one little stack here, making progress. We had The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Not 100% sure what this is about. Definitely have heard of it. It's been recommended to me by a couple people, so I saw it, I got it. Okay, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. This is kind of along like the self-help, self-improvement book. This is very well known, very well received by everyone. And here's like a little blurb from the back. The ancient Babylonians were the first people to discover the universal laws of prosperity. In his classic bestseller, The Richest Man in Babylon, George S. Clason reveals their secret for creating, growing, and preserving wealth. For 80 years, readers have turned to Clason's Babylonian parables to learn the fundamentals of finance and business. Through these entertaining tales of merchants, tradesmen, and herdsmen, you will learn how to Keep more of what you earn, get out of debt, put your money to work for you, attract good luck, choose wise investments, safeguard a lasting future. What can a book written in the 1920s tell modern investors about their finances? A whole lot if it's George Clason's delightful set of parables that explain the basics of money. This is a great gift for a graduate or anyone who seems baffled by the world of finance, and a wonderful, refreshing read for even the most experienced investor. So I've heard of this book mentioned a lot in some of my other self-help, self-improvement finance books. This has been mentioned over and over and over again, and I saw it at the thrift store and picked it up because I'm like, heard of it, I need to read that. All right, Mindset, the New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potential. This is by Carol S. Dweck, PhD. All right, you know, I'm all about your mindset and controlling your thoughts. So we have that. John Steinbeck. Why is that hard to say? John Steinbeck of Mice and Men. A classic. I'm pretty sure this is on my list of greatest books ever written. Actually, I have this here. If it's not, it probably should be, but I'm pretty sure it is. Let me look at my handy dandy list of Mice and Men. If it's not this one, then there is another Steinbeck, but yeah, it is number 37 of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. So we have that. We have Caesar's Way by Cesar Millan. I had this book before. I read it multiple times. This is one of the books that got ruined when I had it packaged and in like this outdoor workshop area. So I saw this and I was like, yes. Got that copy. And same with this one. This is Marley and Me by John Grogan. And I used to have this book before. And again, it was in that same box with Caesar's Way. And so saw this and I had to get it back on my bookshelves because I loved it so much. This book made me laugh and it made me cry so much. And this was just so, oh my gosh. And if you don't know about Marley and Me, this is nonfiction. This is about a guy and his wife and his family's experience. It was just he and his wife at first, but they got this yellow lab puppy, and this was like the world's worst dog. Like, he was just awful. I mean, he put them through heck and back, and then as he's growing and they get married, they have their family, and it's just, this book changed my life and how I interact with my dogs and how, and I always think back to this, and I can't even say enough about this book. If you haven't read it, it's just so heartwarming and heart-wrenching and everything. And it really encompasses what it's like to be a dog parent, and whether they're good or bad, and just sticking through it and sticking with them to the very end. So yeah, oh my God, this book still touches my heart. And they did a movie, they made this into a movie, and I think Jennifer Aniston was in that movie, if I remember correctly. But the movie didn't impact me as much as the book did. As always, the book is better. They left a lot of stuff out, and so the movie was okay, but no, it didn't do the book any justice. So that's Marley and Me. This is such a sweet treasure. But that's it. Those are all the books that I got during the month of August. So that's a pretty impressive book haul, I think, for this video. And I know I'm gonna be acquiring some more books in September, as I have some on order that are on their way. And yeah, so I will see you pretty soon with some reading updates and more book hauls and all kinds of other stuff. So thank you for sticking with me in this channel so far, and let me know if you have any book recommendations or what you're reading nowadays or anything. Just drop it in the comments and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.